you've been doing this for what, 30 years now, maybe more?
Yeah, let's see.
It's a long time in the game.
I'm 69.
Right.
So let's see. I started doing this when I was like 12 to 15 years old,
Wow.
So that's pretty lot of.
Where did that interest come from?
Mostly from my father, who was overweight and sickly and who had many medical problems. And he started reading Dr. Shelton, Herbert Shelton's books written in the 1950s, I think. He used to read some of these books and tell me about what he's learning. And I would say, that's ridiculous. How could that be right and everybody else in the world be wrong? How could you be right? And how could this guy say things that are true when everything else is wrong? You think these diseases are reversible and nobody has to have asthma and high blood pressure and diabetes and they're reversible in conditions? With skepticism, investigated it more, and he introduced these healthy foods to the house, and I saw him transform his health and get better. And then being exposed to people who recovered their health in my teenage years and starting to go to some health conferences that advocated that, I learned more about it and got interested in that. So the time I was in my mid-20s and finished my career as a competitive figure skater, I started to think about what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And at that point, because you might know I was second in the United States in pairs figure skating in 1973. That's many years ago. And then, so after the 1976 Olympics and the 1976 World Professional Champions, I was third in the World Professional Championship in 1976. And then I decided to just do professional skating. In those days, you couldn't do amateur competitions once you started accepting money, and did professional events and professional shows. So I went into professional skating and then went into my family's shoe business. My father had a chain of shoe stores. But as I was doing that, I realized that wasn't my real passion. My passion was really how excited I was about nutritional excellence being therapeutically possible for people to reverse disease.
Nutritional excellence.
Yeah,
I've heard you say that before.
Nutritional excellence is therapeutically powerful, not just to make you live longer, but to reverse diseases so people can recover from asthma and recover from headaches and recover from high blood pressure, diabetes, reverse heart disease, get well from psoriasis. And so the therapeutic potential to have a tool that can make people get well again excited me. And I decided then to go back to medical school, to go back to the postgraduate pre-medical program, because I graduated from college in 1976, and I did not have the pre-medical science and math requirements. I hadn't taken calculus, I hadn't taken the biology and physics and biochemistry, all the that you needed to take. So I went back to the postgraduate pre-med program at Columbia with a specific intent to leave my father's business, to sell it so he can retire, and I would go back to school to become a physician specializing in nutrition.
Right. And today, still just as passionate, enthusiastic, and inspired with everything that you're doing?
Yeah, it was a pretty good decision back then. It's been a very, very rewarding career. And I didn't know what would happen to me in those days. I figured, you don't know what % of people would like this type of care. I knew it would always be a niche. But I've never known I've had the opportunities I've had to be on television in America, to have my own shows on public television, to reach millions of people and have, I never knew I'd have so much opportunity. But of course, it really, gives me a tremendous amount of satisfaction just to deal with individuals and help them get well. And even if it's one person, it could be 100 people or 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people. But even if you help some people, it gives you a good feeling,
Do you remember your days at medical school and the curriculum? I mean, you kind of sound like you went into it already with this appreciation for the power of lifestyle. But often we hear about medical degrees that there is a lack of emphasis on lifestyle, and there's much more focus on drugs and different medical interventions.
No.
What was your experience like?
No emphasis, no information on what you can do to help people get healthy. They didn't even talk about sleep, exercise, positive mental outlook, good nutrition. Those things were completely ignored in medical school. There was some lectures on like the biochemistry of vitamin B6 and riboflavin and vitamin deficiency diseases like scurvy, but that's not really practicing how you can take people, educate, motivate them, and facilitate their change to get healthier. None of that was ever discussed. It was all just, surgical techniques, pharmacologic methods, and really hospital medicine.
What doctors or academics or books? What was, I guess, inspiring you? Where were you going to get that information, given it wasn't necessarily in your curriculum?
Correct. Not in the curriculum at all. Well, in medical school, I still wrote papers on what nutrition could do, and I submitted them for review by scientists and researchers at the school. You know, they set me up at University of Pennsylvania, where I went to medical school. They knew I had an interest in lifestyle and nutritional excellence. So I asked them for mentors and doctors who had like interests at the medical school that I could communicate with and hang out with. And they had a research department there, a research scientist in the nutrition field. And I did communicate with them and showed them some of my writings. And we had, casual discussions outside of the traditional curriculum while I was there. And I did find some like-minded individuals there, including like-minded students. They made me chairperson of the nutritional education department at University of Pennsylvania while I was a medical student there. And they also put me on the school's admission committee. They weren't negative to my career interests. They were supportive of it. They would say, whatever you're interested in, as long as you represent our school, being the best at what you do, then we're for it. You know what I mean? So they've helped. But I think most of my research and collection of information was done by extensive review of many thousands of research articles, as well as over the years my clinical experience. But I must have reviewed 30,000 scientific articles on human nutrition.